She's owner. She's the owner of some big business in Venezuela, in Caracas.
And they're still working. She's got several hundred employees. They're still working despite the fact that Venezuela is in the tank. Okay?
No.
And she's the better part of Dr. Zvi Rogov.
I'm Dr. Zvi Rogov. I'm an ophthalmologist, but since I left ophthalmology, I'm doing preventive medicine. Keep taking away the word from a lot of doctors because they do only curative medicine. I don't know, allopathic. Okay? I'm doing preventive medicine, integrative medicine, and I know Nu Skin for about 15, 16 years.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Vivian Rondon. I'm an ophthalmologist, far away from doctor.
You say?
I'm living here for 12 years, and I'm working now as an ophthalmic assistant for 4 years. And well, I love Nu Skin because I tried so many products, and now I'm trying to get into the business, not only use the products.
Okay.
Puedo hablar en
En
español.
español.
En español.
She understands English, but she doesn't speak.
That's fine. Okay. No Picapani, but it's okay.
Oh.
You're no
Picapani.
Picapani.
No pica pani.
Hágale.
Mucho gusto, mi nombre es Sandra Gallo, soy de Colombia, vengo a quedarme aquí en Miami, estudié comercio exterior y aduanas, trabajé en una compañía en Bogotá y me vine para acá, una amiga me referenció para venir acá a esta reunión.
Ese es un avión que tiene que ver con venta de seguros, ¿cierto?
¿Cuál?
Esta. ¿No?
No.
Ah, bueno, entonces, Nu Skin.
Venta de que seguro te va a quedar joven y sana. Ese es el seguro que vendemos aquí.
Sana y
Eso es.
sana y joven.
Sana y
Eso.
Me apunto.
Hi everybody, my name is Diana Sinisi and I work for Waste Management for now. Been with the company
And
for
with the
several
name like
years.
CDC, do you speak Italian?
Cinisi.
Parli italiano? Un po', abbastanza. Ti fai intendere, ti fai capire.
Mangia muy bene.
Mangia bene.
My name is Nicolasa Garcia, and I work in school, in the aftercare, in the gym in the morning.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay, where are you from?
Mexico.
Mexico. I'm going there 2 weeks' time.
My name is Sandra Ruiz. I'm from Mexico too. I'm working for micropigmentation reconstructive.
All right, that's fine. Okay, good. So we've got Sandra, and Sandra.
Amen.
Sandra, and there's another Sandra.
Another Sandra Liliana.
Sandra, oh, excuse me, Sandra Liliana. Bueno,
Sandra Liliana.
Okay, Sandra.
Okay, my name is Sandra Liliana. I'm from Colombia. I'm physical therapist. And what is the other question?
Or blood group. Gruppo sanguíneo, I'm joking.
Es positivo.
Okay, so physical therapist.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Michael Cook. I've been with Nu Skin for a little over 2 years. I have a group in Costa Rica. Before that, I was a businessman also. I had 3 businesses. I closed them all to do this.
Wow.
And he's married to a
This is
Costa
smart
Rican
guy.
lady.
So Costa Rican?
Costa
Yes.
Rican lady, and I went to the
And you
wedding
don't know Spanish?
just to make sure that he got married.
No,
Made
perfecto,
it
pero
legal. Rosie?
I'm Rosie Pacheco. I am from Puerto Rico. I was born in Puerto Rico, raised in New York. I am a realtor investor and doing Nu Skin because I want the luxury of being financially free. And I want to teach others how to be financially free and stay healthy.
Okay. Good. Thank you. So my name is Lawrence Kazan Cassini. I'm from Zimbabwe. Anybody know where that is? No?
South Florida.
Yeah. In Jupiter.
When I was 13, I knew the capitals of every city, every country in the world. I knew where the countries were, what the flags were, what they produced, what they exported, what everything. Here you ask somebody, where is Zimbabwe? They think, is it near Pakistan? It's in South Africa.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from. So, anyway, I've been here since 2001. I retired at 57. That's when I came here. And I set up a wellness center. ¿Entiendes? See? And I set up a wellness center. I had 37 therapists working for me. And it was a good business. I was charging $100 an hour to my patients. And I was paying $60 an hour to my therapists. So I was making $40 an hour for my business. By 30, it was over $1,000 an hour. So I understood from there leverage. Leverage is a apalancamiento. Leverage is where we have the possibility of understanding our own limitations in terms of time. We understand that time is a very finite, defined thing, if you like. And we cannot have except more than those 24 hours in a day. So if we work by ourselves and we work for 24 hours a day, which we can't, that's all we can do. Stay awake 24 hours each day. So the more people that you can have in an organization where you can leverage your time, that's when you can get more out of life. Okay? So anyway, I came here, I set up my wellness center, and it was going very well. I had an organic food cafe, and then one day somebody showed me that little device, which is a biophotonic scanner. And I looked at that and I thought, I don't believe it. So I asked my wife, who was the director of a cardiac division at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. She was instrumental in setting up, or helping to set up the cardiac transplant program for children. So she's pretty smart. And I said to her, babe, you go and check it. Because if this device is real, if the company's real, if the science is real, if everything's real, that's what I want to do. So she went, she checked it out, she came back, she said, oh my gosh, wow. So I got the device, I put it in my center, and I then started to think about my future, my new future, because I'd already retired. And I thought about the fact that by having even a successful practice at 57, which more or less at the same time, actually it was 62 when I started to get into this business. And I thought about my limitations. Why would I limit myself to Florida? Why would I limit myself to Harrison Street demographically when the world is this size thanks to internet? So why am I limiting myself? Why? Even though I know nothing about the internet, I know nothing about technology, but I understood the bigger picture. So after 8 months, or maybe 8 months of having the scanner, I sold my business, everything. Wellness center, the organic food cafe, even in the Bank Atlantic Center, which it was at the time, I had a business there, which was aromatherapy and massage in each one of the suites. Sold everything. And I now have business in 13 countries. So, how and why, and what does that mean? It means that we all have unlimited potential, that we can reach and we can have whatever we really want. But you've got to know what you want. So what I think, I don't know, Rosie, this is your show. Tell me, do you want to do this presentation for a few minutes, or not, or tell me what your plan is.
We're going to do a training or not?
Training? Sure. Okay, you've seen the presentation.
No, she hasn't.
She hasn't.
Yeah. But that's the thing, we have people coming at 7 for the presentation.
Yeah, the presentation.
Oh, the presentation.
Yeah, we have
perfect.
guests.
Okay, good.
Because I have a guest, she has a guest
All
coming
right,
at
good.
7.
All right, so let's do some training. All right, so
Excuse me, mainly this part is just for distributors training, but Eduardo.
Perfect, that's good. No problem, ningún problema.
Yeah.
Perfectamente
But
bienvenido.
we told her it's fine. It's great. Good
Claro
start
que
for her
sí.
to get in the mood. of-
Welcome, welcome.
So here's the thing about the training. You wanted me to talk about
I wanted you to talk about changing your mindset to
Mindset.
think like an entrepreneur.
Okay, good. All right. So, somebody who's a dentist, I want you just to start to think, just unplug from whatever your business is. Whatever you do, ophthalmologist, you're looking at people's eyes, and you're looking at retinas, and you're looking at macular degeneration, and you're looking at all stuff, and you're looking at people's eyes. So, hello.
Hello.
¿Cómo vas? Bien, gracias. So, as an ophthalmologist or an optometrist, you're looking at people's eyes. As a dentist, you're looking at people's teeth and down their throats and their tongues and all this kind of stuff. You have real passion to do that. So I want you to just to unplug from whatever you do as a business. Whatever you're doing as a business, just unplug for a minute and think about this. This is your future, right in here. Here, and here, and here. That's your future. It's a blank wall of nothing. It's just blank. What do you want? Who here is really happy with what they do? Please put up your hands. Okay, you. Okay.
You're an exception.
Right. Okay. Who's happy with what they're doing in their job? Who's really happy? Their traditional jobs.
No,
Of course.
the new job.
The new job. So the reason I'm asking this is because we get into a comfort zone of mediocrity. We become mediocre. The Peter Principle is a book by Peter Drucker, and he says you reach your maximum level of incompetency when you slide into a comfort zone, and you're just in that comfort zone of mediocrity. And what does that mean? I'm not suggesting you're mediocre. I'm saying that we slide into that, and then we go and we accept life. January becomes December, and 1 year, and 5 years, and then 8 years, and then you're looking in the mirror, and you're taking out the canas, the gray hair, and you're looking, and you go, oh, I've got a wrinkle, and you say, my gosh, and I've been in this business for 10 years, 15 years. Is that what you want? Is that really what you want? So in order to get out of that, you've got to look at this and say, well, there's nothing there. How exciting is that? How absolutely exciting is this? Why? Because it's got nothing in it. What do you want? And put it in. Put it in. So, to become a business person, to become an entrepreneur, you've got to think outside the box. You've got to think about risk-taking. You've got to say, well, what do I have to lose? But I don't say you should sever your ties with what you're doing, but you can start doing something part-time. Who has listened to Jim Rohn? Anybody? Okay, 1, 2. All right, here's homework for you. Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N. Jim Rohn is one of the many motivational speakers there are, who in my opinion is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Who's heard of Tony Robbins? A couple more. Okay, good. All of these things, all of these people like Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn, and there are many of them, are people that help us to think based on the potential we have and not who we think we are at the particular time, but who we think we can become. That's more important. It's who you can become. That's more important. Who can you become? You become anybody. Obama became president, and he was from I think, an illiterate father in Kenya, and his mom separated, and I mean, and he became president of the U.S. There you go, building a business. This is also available in Spanish. Good for you, Rosie. Put this in your car. When you drive somewhere, don't listen to the radio talking nonsense. Put this on. These type of self-help. Why? Because they make you think. They make you think. Who are you? What can you do? This guy started off Idaho or somewhere, as a son of somebody who used to milk cows in America. That's all he could do, milk cows. That's how he started off. And from there, he started to go forward to the point where today he's got literally, I don't know, millions and millions of people around the world who follow what he's teaching. And the way we teach, the way he teaches, is for you to start small steps. Last week I talked about, if you want to lose 25 pounds, you don't think about losing 25 pounds. Think of losing half a pound. Much easier. But half a pound a week, in a month, is 4 pounds. So it's 2 pounds. 2 pounds a month. In a year, there's your 24 pounds. Easy. At least simple and easy. So he started off with doing something part-time. And his words were part-time. Love how he says that. And at a certain moment, what he was making part-time was equal to what he was making in his full-time work. Now, if you're earning a salary of whatever you're earning, it doesn't matter, and you make an extra $300 from something extra, you think, wow, and you think about that $300 and you say, wow, I made $300. You're forgetting the fact that you may be making $3,000 or $4,000 in your present job. But that $300 or $400 is like exciting because it's an extra something. And that's what causes the excitement. So when you start looking at that, and that's what Jim Rohn did, he was saying, people talk about the extra money that he made. For example, you say, you took your wife on vacation. Yeah, I took my wife and kids, and I managed to do it with the extra money that I made from my little part-time thing going on. Really? What is it? So the little part-time thing was his story. That's how he started to create this whole movement of people saying, well, wow, you did this part-time? Yeah, and I got an extra car for my kids, and I did this and that, with this extra little part-time thing. And that's what you can start to do, but you've got to find a passion. You've got to find something you love, something you just, ooh. And here's a business that has polyphacetic sides. It's got a business of skincare, it's got a business of healthcare from the inside, it's got a business of weight management. It's based on science, technology, and innovation, which you don't have to pay for. It's zero, it's free. And all you've got to do is share what you know with other people. So it's very easy to do that. So if you have that, and you do this even part-time, but set some goals. Set, for example, last time I was asking you, do you watch TV?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Do you watch TV? How much time do you watch TV? An hour a day? Yeah. 2 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours a day, yeah. And you?
Not really, I don't know.
No.
Maybe half an hour a day.
Okay. And we can discuss this last week. So 2 hours a day, if you listen to this, which is probably, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know, and you listen to something like this, you learn something. What do you watch on TV? Is it something that will bring you income? Is it something that will enrich your life? Is it something that will make it something that, is it something that you can bank on? Is it something really useful for you? I know Discovery Channel and National Geographic is phenomenal. You know, crocodile has no tongue, and a male and female is only determined by the temperature of the eggs. You know, all this is nice stuff, but does it make money for you? It's useful, it's nice, trivial stuff. It doesn't make any money. So, in order to think about business in the mindset, you've got to think about money. Now, my eldest daughter, when I talk about money, you'd think I'm talking about AIDS. Oh, money. But then it's, Dad, you know, I'd like to go to Australia on vacation. Oh, really? Oh, okay, bye-bye. Oh, well, actually, Dad, oh, really? I thought you didn't like money. So, we've got to try and make it, we've got to understand that money is a tool. It works for you. You don't have to work for the money. The money must work for you. It must be something that comes to you, not desperately looking for it. And the way to do that is to have a passion within something that makes it easy for you to talk about what it is that can generate this money. So you've got to get your mind into thinking about something that excites you, something that you like. For example, if somebody said to me, you know, you can make a lot of money selling computers or, you know, selling handbags, I don't care how much money I could make. There is no way, any way, that I would even consider doing something that I cannot find a passion for. You have to have a passion. Otherwise, don't do it. This business or any other business. But you've got to think about what do you want. So money, all right, money. It doesn't mean anything unless you know how much money you want. By when do you want it? So you want money, but you've got to start making a plan. Rosie, have you got a little... Sorry. So, how much money and by when? If you know that, then you have a definite plan of what you want. And in as any business, for example, as a business, let's say, it doesn't matter what business you have. Oh, sorry. Let's say you set up a hairdresser. It's going to cost you, I don't know, $40,000, $50,000 to set up a hairdresser. So you start off with that. You say, well, I've worked for 25 years and my mom's lending me some money and my husband's got whatever. So you now have $50,000 and you put into a business. But then the person is a hairdresser, but she's also, or he has also got to understand that there has to be return on investment. There has to be money coming from that. So you've got to think about money. So I got $50,000 into my business. How am I going to get my money back? And in how long? McDonald's is $1 million to get a franchise. $1 million. $1 million to get a franchise. And you're going to have to sell stuff that's 80 cents? To cover your $1 million? How long is that going to take? Is that a good business? No, you're running a daycare with all these kids. And then you've got to see cameras everywhere. Who's stealing and who's giving it to his friend? So, whatever you invest in as a business, you've got to think about when are you going to make the money back? How long is it going to take? We invest 3,000, well, actually we don't. I just want to show you an example. A franchise here in our business is $4,500, as opposed to $50,000 for a hairdresser, $1 million for a McDonald's. This is real. This is real stuff. So you invest $50,000, but then guess what? Then you've got overheads, you've got electricity, you've got insurance, you've got rent, you've got employees, you've got blah, 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 blah. And what's left is for you. But you've got to recover this. How long is it going to take? A year? Yes, you can do that. How? Well, instead of cutting 3 people's hair a day, you're probably going to have to cut 30 people's hair a day. And on the 30 people, you're going to have to charge and make enough from each haircut to contribute to this, so that you're getting your money back in a year. By the year's time, whatever's left is for you. I bought 2 franchises when I came to America. So I got my green card. I bought 2. Things that I could care less about. But my immigration lawyer said, that's the thing you need to do. I knew nothing else. So I bought one, and then I bought another one. The first one cost me $167,000. And the other one cost me, sorry, this was $165,000, and this was $147,000. That was my investment to get my green card. And I can tell you that when I was selling in each month in this business, if I was selling $35,000 a month in sales, $35,000 a month in sales, of the gross, of the sales, the company, the franchisor, would take 6%. 6%. So from 35,000, 10% would be 3,500. 5% would be 1,750. So they were taking 6%. So it was like $1,800 a month off the top of what I made. So it was a bad month. Sorry. Please, thank you. 6%. Thank you. What was left, if I made $3,000 a month on this, if I made on my franchise, let's say even $4,000, which $4,000 a month, which was what would come to my pocket, I invested $160,000, and I had employees, I had insurance, I had costs of air conditioning, and the big pain was the city of Hollywood. As in any city, they come along and they say, ooh, that light is 6 inches too low. You know, that's not with code. Oh, wait a minute, exit. No, it's got to be 2 inches that side, and there's got to be a light. Seriously? That's how they justify their existence. They became the biggest pains. I spent half my time running around pleasing these guys according to the code. So there are a lot of aggravations. Apart from the employees, big aggravation. And all the costs. So $160,000, and when it was a good month, I was making $4,000. Now, did it make sense? Well, it made sense because I came to the American dream. We came to live in America, which is the American dream. But this was not really what I was looking for. Because this is where we're looking in a scale of, when we look at the percentage of people, how they live, and what we've got is, in America more or less, you've got the very wealthy, you've got a middle class, and then you've got the poor people. Now, in other countries, it's a little different. In other countries, you've got a thing that looks like this. The very, very wealthy up here, you've got the middle class, which is about there, and then this is where everybody else is. This is reality of other countries. It's reality. So when we look at where we are, and I looked at this, and I thought, but that's not where I want to be. I don't want $4,000 a month. It's not okay. What do you want to do with that? So you start to look and you start to make the figures. The problem is that the ophthalmologist, the dentist, the person, the hairdresser, whoever, has a business, and that's what they know. But they don't ever look at money. They don't ever look at it as a business. You've got to take your hat off from being an ophthalmologist or an entomologist or a gastroenterologist or whatever it is, doctor of any kind, or a mechanic or whatever you do, graphic artist, waste management. Take the hat off where you are and say, do I really want to do a business? Not everybody can do business. Why? I divorced my first wife. She divorced me. Because she wanted me to have an 8-to-5 job. And for me, that's like going to jail. When somebody tells me you have to do this, you have to do that, go here, do this, go there. Seriously? That's not me. It's not my personality. But my wife wanted me to have an 8-to-5 job. That's not true. I have had. But the brief times I had it was something that for me was horrible. Horrible. Because it limited me. So I looked at that and I said, there's a roof. If you're in an 8-to-5 job, there's a roof. From 8 to 5, you've got a job, and you cannot earn more than the guy on top of you, the guy ahead of you. You could be a genius. Genius. But you can only earn so much because your boss is next in line, and then above him is somebody else. So you've just got to sit there and get into a comfort zone of mediocrity. Your boss is in the same boat until somebody above him dies or retires. And it's slowly. So we talk about a pyramid scheme. Let me show you what a pyramid scheme looks like. What a pyramid looks like. So we're looking at any business out there as opposed to an employee. So this is why we've got to get into a mindset, we've got to get into a mentality, we've got to get into a form of thinking that you are phenomenal.
What do you say? I'm sorry. What do you say about mediocrity? What do you say? We are what?
Oh, I didn't say you.
No. What do you say?
We fall into the comfort zone of mediocrity. Because that's where we are. You know, we work like crazy, and we go at the end of the month, or at the end of the semester, we go to our boss and we say, gee, look at my results. And the boss is going to say, wow, phenomenal, I'm taking you out for dinner. Really? That's what it is? You're going to take me to dinner? I'll give you one example, which is very real. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. No problem. Thank you. Another ophthalmologist in the area. So here's where we've got, here's an example which I'm going to give you. Real example. I don't think, well, I won't say the company and I won't say who the person is, but recently, I got a new distributor who was a director for a very, very, very well-known, humongous company. And in 10 years, she took her account in the company from $3 million a year to $85 million a year. Okay? From $3 to $85 million as an employee. Her income did not reflect any of that. She was earning as if it was a non-profit. And she didn't even know. She didn't even know. She loved her job. And because excuse me, because you like your job, sometimes you don't even look at the money because you're so passionate. You stay an extra hour to help your client, your patient, whoever. You stay an extra hour. You love it. You don't even look at the money. And that's where corporate America takes advantage of you. So let's look at what a pyramid really looks like. What America is, and what Europe, the same thing, any democracy, and I'm not talking politics, I'm just talking about free enterprise system. You've got a president, General Motors, American Express, Ford Company, whatever you like, chairman. Then you've got a couple of very senior vice presidents. Then you've got some less senior vice presidents, and then you've got the area managers or area directors. Then you've got the area managers. And then you've got all the plebs. And here's how your pyramid works. And guess what? If you're down here, and you're really good at what you do, and you're an area manager, and you're really good at what you do, how the hell are you going to get here? Unless you really friendly with this guy's wife. But so if you're down here, what are your chances of improving your income, your position, your potential? Exactly, zero. Big fat zero. So to become an entrepreneur, you've actually got to start getting into a different mindset. Why? My ex-wife was happy with me, she thought, because I didn't do it, but to get a salary. Why? Because it's something you can count on. But it has a roof. It has a roof. The salary you get has a roof. Like I say, you come at the end of 6 months, you produce fantastic results, and they take you for dinner. Really? That's your prize? This friend, who you'll all meet sometimes, she'll tell you her story, from $3 or $4 million to $85 million. That was what she produced for the company. And yet her boss, the guy who's at the top here, is making like $25 million a year. Is that fair? And this one's making a few $1,000s. It's not okay. It is, if that's what you accept. If that's what you accept, to have a secure salary. I don't. For me, an entrepreneur is someone who's going to say, that blank wall that I was talking about, this is your future. What do you want? Put what you want in this future. What do you want? Will you be able to get it as an employee? Yeah, probably when you're 78, not even there. Or, is there any other way you can do this other than stealing money from the bank? Oh, there are ways. There are many ways. In our type of business, there are a lot of businesses where you can become an entrepreneur in the private world. Lots of ways. But it's up to you to take the courage. Because people have fear. And fear is something called fear. False evidence appearing real. That's what it is. People are afraid. What if I don't succeed? What if I can't make it? Well, really? So what? So what? My daughter, my youngest daughter, is brilliant. She's smart, she's talented, she's really brilliant. She's terrified of failing. So she doesn't do it. She doesn't do anything. Because she's afraid of failure. I just learned something the other day. Somebody said there's a new one. This is false evidence appearing real. I've talked about it for years. There's another one that I learned last week, 2 weeks ago. FOBO. Fear of a better offer. People are afraid. You say, listen, I want to show you something. Oh, no, what is it? What is it? Oh, I know nothing about that. Oh, I've never done that. I have never, I'm now 70. I started this business at 62. I had absolutely no idea what even a multi-level marketing company was. I had no idea about network marketing. I had no idea about any of that. Zero, nothing. Nothing. What I got interested in was that scanner. And I thought, oh my God, that is something that can make me a lot of money. I'm making money. I was making $1,000 an hour when everybody was there. Sometimes $800, sometimes $1,200. Average, $800, $900 an hour. It's good business. But it had limitations. I don't like to be limited. And I'm competitive. Some people are not. My ex-wife is delighted to be an intellectual. Oh, she thinks I'm a retard because I don't know that Napoleon's wife, Josephine, had, you know, I don't know, blonde hair. Who cares? So we've got to look at what you want and not be afraid to get it because the tools are there. Can you imagine? When I had my business, I showed you before, $167,000 was my first franchise that I purchased. And in that $167,000, I spent huge amounts of money all the time in advertising, in publicity, all kinds of stuff. And at the end of it, if I was making $4,000 a month, that was a good month. In this business, we have 80 scientists working for you. 80! Full time. And it costs you nothing. The company has operations in 54 countries. That means import permits, distribution centers, call centers, banking centers in 54 countries. And it costs you nothing. You can have a shop, a virtual shop, in 54 countries. And it costs you nothing. When I had my business in my former life, and I had lots of businesses, I had I've always been an entrepreneur. I used to have a flower business. And I used to export flowers. Because that was my passion. I like business. I do preventive medicine. That's my profession, but my passion was money. So in those days, I'd have to get an airplane, go to a different country, look at the yellow pages, go and find a business, go and find a market, go and find an importer, go and find a distributor. Today, online, for free, Google, internet, I'm looking for somebody who would like to get rid of wrinkles in Singapore. What? Yeah. Or in Australia. Or New Zealand. Somebody wants to lose weight in New Zealand. I don't even know where the hell New Zealand is. I do, but we don't. So what? New Zealand dermatologist. Boom! Where? In Wellington? Oh, Wellington. You want to sell them something in New Zealand for anti-aging? For weight management? For health? The company's done it for you. It's a no-brainer. There's nothing to stop you having a shop, a virtual shop in 54 countries. Can you imagine that? 54. Not in one other, 54. So, just to give you an example, I was doing business in Venezuela. I was selling $200,000 a month, almost, close to $200,000 a month in Venezuela of our products. And remember I showed you on my franchise, if I was selling $34,000 a month, that was a good business. Here I was doing 200,000 just with one country. And then the country went, and I started, and from 200 I get nothing. Zero. But guess what? So what? I'm in 13 countries. There is no limitation to whatever you want. No, none. My cook is in Costa Rica. He is the largest group of doctors in Costa Rica. I think he married a Costa Rican girl. So he got into the market that way. But he's an entrepreneur, he's a businessman, he had other businesses. So the mentality is business, the mentality is money. And it's not money to say, I love money. No, what are you going to do with it? You've got to think about what you want to do with it. What is it that you want to do with the money? Because that's another thing. When you have it, then what? It's much, this is pearls of wisdom I'm telling you right now. It is much more difficult to administer wealth than it is to administer poverty. Write that down. I'm telling you, this is serious stuff. When you've got lots of money, when you don't have any money, every penny you know where it's going. When you got lots of money, what was it? Did we spend 500? Or was it 50 bucks? I don't know. Oh, it doesn't matter. Really? Because that's what happens. It's much more difficult to administer wealth than it is to administer poverty. So, try and understand that you can obtain whatever you want in that blank wall of your future. But you must know what you want. And how do we get it? Here's one avenue. This is one company, one, that can give you an avenue that is absolutely foolproof. The only limitation we have is here. That's all. When I went to Colombia 3 years ago, I went for the first time in 24 years. I did not go to Colombia before that. I left Colombia because, long story, they tried to kidnap me and what have you. So on the third time I said, ooh, I left. Didn't go back for 24 years. I went back 3 years ago to Colombia. And the first thing I did was I made an X-ray of what is going on in Colombia. What is there? But I took with me a financier who had studied in Harvard. And we looked and we said, all right, what is Colombia? Population, by city, where, how old are they, the demographics. Is there a difference between somebody who lives on the coast, un costeño, and somebody who lives in Antioquia? What's the difference? Mentality, even that changes. So we looked at all that. Then we went to see how many companies are there working in there? How many network companies? How many multinational, multi-level companies are there? And at the time, there were 17 multi-level companies in Colombia at that time, 3 years ago. Now I think they're like 40. And we looked at each one. You know, like General Motors and Ford. And they put down, for example, GM and Ford and Toyota and so on. Toyota. So they'll say this one has, you know, air conditioning in the back seat. Yes. This one, no, this one doesn't have it. No, this one doesn't. This one has, I don't know, self-parking. Yeah, this one has, no, we've also got self-parking. So I analyzed with these, we stayed there from 7 in the morning until midnight. We analyzed 17 companies, one by one by one by one. Who had what? And we looked at things like how long have they been in existence. If a company has not been, if we are working in a company, like we are, not for a company, in a company, and it's not on the stock market, how do you know if their numbers are real? How do you know if what they tell you is real? You don't. They're going to say, oh, you know, we sold, really? Show me your tax returns. Oh, we can't do that. Not really. A public company will show you, they cannot lie about what they have there. So a public company. How long has it been in existence? Since 1950, 60,000 network marketing companies have started since 1950. 60,000. Only 60,000. Only 22 of these ever got to $100 million a year in sales. 22. Only 11 out of this, 11 got to $1 billion a year in sales. And only 8 are on the stock market. The rest, bye-bye. So at my age, I cannot make a mistake. I cannot get into a company, I don't care how much they pay, that I cannot say will be there for my grandchildren. You can make money today. You can make all sorts of money, doing all kinds of stuff. Temporarily, not going to last. But if you build a business that you want to have, and you want to have a business that's going on and on and on for years and years and years, whether you're there or not, you have to think about the leverage of your time, which is what I was telling you. I had 38 therapists. I'll go. You got some water? Some water.
No, I've been worried and I went the wrong way.
Went the other way. So you've got. I was telling you about leverage. Why? Because you only have 24 hours in a day. But if you get other people to work with you, John Paul Getty said, I would rather have 1% of the income of 100 people than 100% of the effort of 100 people than 100% of my own effort. Have you thought about that? 1% of the effort of 100 people as opposed to 100% of my own effort. That's smart. That's very, very, very smart. 38 therapists? Doing by itself. Not so efficiently, but it worked. So if we start looking at where we want to be and what we want to do, you've got to start selecting, first of all, your war, what you want. Secondly, who you're going to do it with. Because there are other companies that sell whatever, I don't know, Tupperware. Guaranteed for life. Can you imagine how ridiculous that is? There's nothing consumable. You've got to have something that is consumable. Why? Because if it's consumable, it continues. Your cell phone. They give you a cell phone. Here you go. You want a cell phone? You can have 2 for the price of 1. But you have to buy the minutes from me. Ah. Consumable. Every month you have to buy the minutes from that company. From me. So if it's consumable, it's a business that's ongoing. That's what you've got to look at. It's not about selling a house. Great, I sold a house. I sold a building. Wow, I made 6% on a $5 million piece of real estate. I made $300,000 on that piece of real estate. Yes. Wow. All right, and then tomorrow morning you're unemployed. Got to start all over again. Look for another piece of real estate. Look for some more buyers. And then when you're there, you can't leave because somebody might come along and the deal might go through. So you can't go on vacation, you can't take your kids, you can't do anything. You're stuck there. And each time you sell something, you're unemployed. Not a smart deal. When you have to do something. I refuse this word, have to. This is for me, when you have to do something. For me, that is like a a red flag in front of a bull. You have to get up in the morning. Really? Yeah, you have to get up. And it's raining and it's so beautiful to sit in bed. No, you got to get up. 6 in the morning. Oh, I don't want to do that. You have to do that. Who has to do anything here? Anybody?
I have to wake up every day at 5:30 a.m.
5:30 a.m. I'm still looking at the inside of my
I
eyelids.
force myself.
5:30 every morning.
Don't worry, I win. 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
You.
Do you love that?
Oh no, at that
No.
time I'm still catching a dream.
Think about that. Just think
3
about that
a.m.
for a
Oh my God,
minute.
you do a meditation.
But-
She's
But
doing
I
meditation.
have to sell houses, otherwise I'm unemployed. I'm a realtor.
There you go. So guess what's really cool about this business? You don't have to sell anything. People will buy if you show them what you've got. A guy goes to buy a car, not because he's sitting in here and he's going to say, listen, I've got a really good Volkswagen. Wow, it's amazing. I love it. And then you think, well, do I need a Volkswagen? Do I need this car? No. But the guy's a really good salesman. Maybe he'll sell you a car. When you go and buy a car, you need a car. That's why you go there and you say, listen, I'm looking for a car. Then they say what color, what size, what make, what upholstery, whatever. But you're going to buy. That's our business. We are not there to say, buy my cream, buy my health product. You're there to say, look what I got. Really, what is it? It takes away wrinkles. No, I'll tell you. It does what? No. It takes away wrinkles. How does it do that? Well, come and have coffee with me, I'll tell you. What time can we do that? Well, I'm busy this week. No, listen, I need to know. No, I need to know. I need the product. The Hispanic market, when you talk about skin products, when you talk to the Anglo population, and you say, I have this, they say, oh, that's really nice. I'd like to have it. Okay? Say that to a Hispanic, and she says, oh my God, I need that. Necesito eso. That is music. Because you're not saying, buy this, you're saying, this is what I got. And they're saying, I need that. It's like a drug dealer. Everybody wants to look younger, they want to look healthier, they want to look slimmer. That's what we have. Think about this for a minute. In this business, as in very few, well, as in lots of businesses, but not under one roof. Look at this. Think about this. Who knows anybody here, anybody that you know, that wants to lose weight? Anybody knows? Anybody who wants to lose weight?
Not a lot of people.
A lot. Not you, I'm just saying out there.
A lot.
Huh? Okay. So now we've got Trim Fast, we've got Slim Fast, we've got
Jenny Craig.
what are these things called?
Jenny Craig.
Mary Craig.
Jenny Craig. Mary
All
Kay.
kind- Okay.
Wait,
What
Jenny
are
Craig.
those?
Jenny
One star product. Weight management. And you've got companies that have built billions and billions of dollars over time through one aspect of their business. Okay? Successful. Do you know anybody who wants to look younger? Anybody? Yeah? You know, companies like Mary Kay, are they successful? Yeah. Avon? Yeah. Very successful. Skin products. Beauty products. One main item. Very successful. Do you know anybody who wants to have better memory? Anybody know anybody out there who's over 40 who's stressed and doesn't know where his keys are and they're in his pocket?
Yes.
Pocket. Where you parked your car. Don't know where your glasses are? What?
Huh?
Do you know anybody who wants to have better energy? Yeah? Anybody who's got kids needs lots of energy. The moms and the dads, just saying. So, anybody who needs more energy, do you know anybody like that out there? Do you know anybody who wants better sexual libido? Yes! Say it loud, yes! If you've got kids, your sexual libido goes bloom! If you've got a job and you're stressed, boom! Sexual libido. I have doctors who are specialists in fertility. Kids of 24, 25 can't have any kids. What? They go to the doctor and say, what's with my wife? No, my husband. Really? Who's doing well? And they look, the sperm's fine, the ovaries are fine. Well, what the hell's the matter with you guys? Stress. Stress. It's a killer. Then when you get to 40, I've got a headache. Oh, headache. Can't do anything else. Really? Men and women. Men and women. Okay. Sexual libido. Okay? Do you know anybody who wants to have more health? Anybody wants to have more health? Do you know anybody like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Just drive down the street and you'll see entire buildings of doctors' places and my gosh. Okay. Now imagine this. So for weight management, I just mentioned slim fast, trim fast, crowd, whatever the numbers.
Jenny
Craig.
Jenny Craig, blah, 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 blah. Lots of them. Lots of them. There are lots of ways of losing weight. You're going to lose water, you're going to lose fat,
Muscle.
and you're going to lose muscle.
Terrible.
Big problem. Because if you lose your muscle, you're losing the
Energy.
the potential to metabolize the fat. That's what metabolizes the fat, is the muscle. You lose that, you're screwed. That's why these weight management things go like this. You lose weight, you're up here, you lose weight, and then a year later you're back up here.
More.
Or even more up, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, because you double.
Yeah. Then you look at people who've had gastric bypass.
Terrible.
And they're back up here again. Why? Because they haven't understood nutrition. First of all, they've made a decision which is up to them. But they haven't understood a damn thing about nutrition. They should supplement. They don't. The stomach is now this size and they're still putting garbage in there. And then, boom! So, weight, we have something called TR90. This product, 2.5 years ago, about 2.5, it was October, so I guess close to 3 years ago, probably June, I guess close to 3 years ago, we had a launch for one day, and we sold $560 million in one day worldwide. One day. In the US, we sold $40 million. $40 million in 2 hours, 32 minutes. 2 hours of this product. Why? Because we have what I call science. We have science, technology, and innovation. Which is what? Passport to the future. Passport to the future. TR90, it works on the genes, it works on the fat genes. And it helps, the muscle doesn't impair the muscle. And you lose fat. So you can have people that are skinny, but they're still what we call skinny fat. Steve Moore, anybody know Steve Moore? Steve Moore is a skinny little guy. He put on weight, but he lost size. He's skinny. How do you do that? More muscle, and he lost a little bit of fat that he had. So, TR90. Wow! You want to focus on this? You can get rich selling this. Just this one product. Genetically targeting fat genes. Looking younger, we've got a whole series of a platform of technology called ageLOC. It's a platform of technology which resets genes to a youthful expression. You know what that means? In 2003, when the human genome was mapped, scientists from all over the world went to look at this human genome. They said, where are the genes that cause Alzheimer's? Where are the genes that cause Parkinson's? We were interested in where are the genes that cause aging. And we started looking at aging. The gene expression. Identical twins. When they're born, they're identical twins. Can't tell them apart. When they're 50, and one is living in Quito, Ecuador, and the other one is living in Porvoo, Finland, and one smokes and one doesn't, oh, are you sisters or brothers? But they were identical. The gene expression changes. And that's what our science is based on. Gene expression. So when we look at it looking younger, we've got a whole platform of technology which resets genes to a youthful expression. Do you know what that means? Nobody else has that. We found 52 genes initially, 52. And that's what we based our skincare product on. Where resetting the genes for the production of collagen, elastogen, pigmentation, size of the pore, humidity of the skin. That's where we started, with gene expression. And today we have a product in our health side which is called ageLOC Youth, which resets 1,000 genes in each cell. 1,000 genes in each cell? Seriously? Yes. Nobody else has that. Science, technology, innovation, passport to the future equals products that are unique, exclusive, and patented. Wow. That's serious stuff. That's serious stuff. So, youth expression. We're targeting gene expression. We've got a product that's now in Europe. It's called ageLOC Me. That is personalized skincare. What? Yes! Dr. V's skin and my skin and your skin and everybody else's skin are different. He's an extraterrestrial. and so his skin is different. Everybody's skin is different. But when you go and buy a skin product, they're going to give you the same product for you, for me, for my daughter, for my son, for my grandfather. It's the same stuff. So when we start looking at personalized skincare, we've got this product called ageLOC Me. Guess what? You don't even know what it is. You've never seen it because it's not even here yet. A couple of people have it. A couple of people have it. You have one here? Yes. Perfect. So here, this little device will be coming out. It's now this month. If you're executive, new executive this month, you'll qualify for one. And anybody you get to do the executive with you will qualify. So here it is. This is like the printer of your computer. And in your printer, you've got red ink and blue ink and green ink and what have you. And in this case, we've got products that are too basic and then specific for each person. And it's measured for you. And it's got a clock. So twice a day it's going to give you your dose of what you need. For you. It doesn't exist here, but you know what? You can sell it today if you have somebody in Spain, in Europe, in other countries. They have it. Michael Cook sold one to Ireland. I didn't even see the bloody thing, and he already sold it in Ireland. So the virtual shop is yours. You can sell anything you want in any country you want where the company has. This is futuristic. This is going to take over the bathroom in every household. Like the coffee machine took over the machine to make coffee, Keurig and Nespresso and so on. We're going to take over the bathroom. Nobody has this. So when we start looking, hello, hi. So when we start looking at what we have, we're looking at ageLOC, and here we've got, again, something brand new. So this year, when I talk about Passport to the Future, Science, Technology, and Innovation, here we've got something called Youth. Now, when Youth came out on a pre-sale, a pre-launch, we sold $23 million in 8 minutes. What? No advertising. $23 million in 8 minutes. We crashed the whole computer system. Why? Because we have credibility. We've got a history of a credible history. When Apple comes out with the iPhone 7 whatever, all they have to do is say, we're coming out with iPhone 7. Where can I get one? I need it. I need it. You haven't seen the bloody thing, but you need it. Now! 3 o'clock in the morning, you're going to get out there and try and find one. Why? Science, technology, innovation. Proven products. This is something that is going to be, it is monstrous in Europe. Monstrous! We will have this officially in February next year. In October, you'll be able to get it if you go to the convention. And as from this month, if you become an executive or you create a new executive, you can have access to buying one as well. So we're talking about, okay, wait, we've got that corner. Science, technology, innovation. ageLOC, the ageLOC is ageLOC, platform of technology. So it not only works for the skin, but we put that into a product called Vitality. And we're calling it Vitagra. Because not only does it work, but you can remember what you did. Because it works on the memory as well. It works on the memory, the energy, and the sexual libido. Hello? A lot of these old guys may work Viagra, but they wouldn't remember what they did. Where was it? So here we've got Vitality. These three.
Get another marker.
So here we've got, this one here is called Vitality. Now let me tell you this. If this was the only product we had, hi. Hello. Hi, how are you? If this was the only product we had, Vitality, do you know how much you could make? If that was the only one. The problem that we have is that this is like a smorgasbord. It's a buffet. You go and you pick here, and you pick there, and you pick there, and you pick there. If the only thing you had was a plate of pasta, you would eat the pasta. And you would become an expert in cooking pasta. A la diabla, a la Alfredo, a la bolognese, a la whatever. Problem is we've got too many highly scientific products. And by having so many products, we get confused in that. So, Vitality, helping the memory, the energy, and the sexual libido. Does anybody here know who would like more energy? An honest one. Anybody else? Yeah. Anybody would like more memory? when you're stressed, bad news. Sexual libido?
Yay!
Yes! Fess up!
Forget about the memory.
Doesn't matter.
What were the other two things?
Yeah. We don't need the other two.
I didn't care if you remember or not.
At some point, enough sex will make me remember.
So just imagine that. We've got it cornered with weight management. And I don't say weight loss, I'm talking about weight management. We're targeting fat genes, gene expression. Younger, memory, younger, we've got this whole platform of technology for skin products, for cellulitis, nobody in here, but out there. Cellulitis,
Estrías.
veins, varicose veins, estrias, stretch marks,
Stretch marks.
flaccidity under the arms, flaccidity on the abdomen, flaccidity on the neck. You know, I honestly, I'm going to confess something. I haven't told anybody this. I was never, ever, ever on Facebook. I thought it was just a gossip corner for people to say, oh, I just went to the bathroom, you know, and spaghetti had a problem with me, or I just went to eat Chinese and I had a problem, and blah, blah, you know, whatever it was. And I thought, well, seriously, who the hell wants to know that? So I never joined Facebook, never. Until last week. Because now I realize that I'm obsolete. So they said, send a picture, or put a picture of yourself in there. So I said, I don't care. Put it if you like. You know, I said to my wife. She's of course on Facebook, and she's got a whole army of people that help dogs, save dogs that are abandoned and being, you know, euthanized. So I said, babe, just put any picture on there. And she did. And I looked at my picture. Now I can honestly swear, I have never really, not never, because when I was a kid I did, but in many years I don't care anymore, how I look. I really didn't care. And then I saw this picture of me on Facebook with bloody wrinkles on my neck, and I thought, shit, really? That's me? I never thought about it until I saw that. And my wife said, because my wife says to me every day, she said, put something on your face. Put something on your face, you look like hell. Who cares? I care about my health. My health on that scanner is phenomenal. But what I look like, until I saw that picture of Facebook, I thought about it, I thought, oh, I'm really old, man. That looks like hell. That looks like hell. So when we start looking at how we look, even men, most men, and this is one of the problems, for example, when we're talking about skin products, think about Mary Kay. Successful company, Avon, successful, good stuff. Women only. What? Yeah, they've left out half the population. It's just for women. What about the men? You think the men don't care? I'm an exception. I think you are too, judging by how we look. You've made both exceptions. But men care. So we have it covered for men and women, young and old, on all of these categories. So the memory, energy, sexual libido, you can build your entire business on this. On the health, I mentioned we have these science, technology, innovation. We have products every year. Can you imagine resetting 1,000 genes to a youthful expression?
For the moment.
For the moment, because we're coming out more. It's true. There's stuff down the road which is amazing. So like I say, I don't really care. I've never really taken interest in how I look, and it's true for many, many years. So I came back from Colombia in last month. I was away for 3 weeks. And I got to the airport, my wife said, have you dyed your hair? And I said, what? She said, have you dyed your hair? I said, what the hell are you talking about? I said, your hair's darker. So I was white. I'm not suggesting I'm any better now, but I can actually see black roots on my hair. On Saturday, I was at a meeting somewhere, and somebody said, "What have you done to your hair?" So now I'm combing it. I thought about it before, but now, you know. So what I'm saying is that our products work, and that's principally youth. Resetting 1,000 genes in each cell. So that encompasses most of what we have here. On the health side, we've got a nutritional lie detector. Now think of building a business. Think if you only had, if you were TrimFit, that's your business. One business. And you're going to go and sell TrimFit or whatever it is, and that's your business. You'd make a success. Or whatever you had, because everybody wants this. Everybody wants to lose weight of some kind. Or you know somebody who wants to lose weight. But then we've got this. Oh, looking younger, wait a minute. We also want to get rid of the wrinkles and the flaccidity and the cellulite and the flaccidity on the abdomen and the varicose veins. Oh, okay, well then we've got some of this too. Memory, energy, and sexual libido. Oh, health, some more products. So now your concentration is like this instead of like this. You need to look like a
Sniper.
Sniper. Francotirador. A sniper. At each thing that you do, you've got to focus on it. But the end result. Oh, we're ready for the presentation? Perfect. Go ahead. Fine. Okay. So, we're going to do a little presentation of what this is all about. You guys came in and training at the end of it. So, forget about all this. It's not true. Not true. But so, here's a little presentation that you can just put this out of the way. Well, actually, I should leave that on so you remember what it is. Oh, this is this thing that's got all the Mikey Traeger things.
Yeah, if you could just get the board down.
You know, Lawrence, I think one of the things that, just to finish up while she's saying that, is if you start a conversation, if you meet someone and you just start talking and start asking questions, one of the issues that he talked about are going to come up. If you're looking specifically at weight loss or something, not everybody needs that. Not everybody is necessarily concerned about looking better. But if you just start a conversation, sooner or later, one of those topics are going to come up as a problem or an issue that they're concerned about. So I just wanted to say that.
It's true. Thank you. It's true.
Hi, I'm Rosie Pacheco. As I said earlier, I'm a realtor investor and was introduced to the new skin business. And I was at a meeting one day and someone did ask me a question, and today it got me thinking even more, because they asked me that if I sell a property, how many times I would get paid for that property. And I said one time. And now Lawrence added something more to that story today, because now I can say I get paid one time, and then after that, once I get paid, I'm unemployed. So that's got me thinking tonight too. So I hope that you guys will open your minds and open your ears today and really see this as a good business potential. So tonight we have with us Lawrence Kasan Cassini. As he had mentioned, he's from Zimbabwe, which when I heard that I said, where the hell is that on the map? So I'm going to let him talk to you a little bit more about that. But Lawrence, we asked him to come here to talk tonight because he has a lot of good recognition doing this business in 13 different countries, because we're in 54 countries. So he's doing it in 13 countries. So what better person to come here today to speak to us and to give us a little bit more information about the business that he's been talking about. What's behind all these products and the science and the technology and the innovation. That's what he's going to talk about today, about the business. So I hope you guys silence your phones and pay attention, and with no further ado, Lawrence.
Thank you. All right.
Turn the light.
So, anytime somebody tells you about something, always try and do your homework. So here we have something, yeah, but very briefly, for those of you that just came in, I'm from Zimbabwe. I came in in 2001 when I was 57. I set up a wellness center. I had 38 therapists working for me. I had an organic food cafe, and it was very, very successful. I was doing very well, and then I discovered this company. Somebody showed it to me. And as a matter of fact, I'll mention that too, because it's an anecdote. Somebody said to me, I want to show you something. Because he was a friend, I didn't question him. So I said, yeah, okay. He said, get in my car. I said, okay. An hour and a half later, in Jupiter, Florida, I said, where are we going? He says, we're nearly there. And we got there, and there was a 25-year-old kid making a presentation. And I looked at my friend and I said, what are you smoking? You slept me an hour and a half out there to see a 25-year-old kid make a presentation, and an hour and a half back, it's 4.5 hours of my time. He said, just shut up. Listen to the message and don't look at the messenger. So I was like this. 10 minutes later, I was taking notes. I got home and I said to my wife, woohoo. If what I heard is real, if what I was shown is real, if science is real and all that, I want to do this, will you check it? So she was the director of cardiac division in Georgia Mater Children's Hospital. And I asked her to go and check it out. 5 hours flight to the headquarters. She came back after 2 days and said, wow. So after 8 months of being in the business, doing this just part of my business with a scanner, I sold everything nearly 9 years ago, and I now have business in 13 countries. And I've done it from home. But I want to mention something. I did it in the way that I was taught, which was at the time perfect, but I'm now obsolete. You can do this quicker than I did. It took me 8 years to get to where I am, but you can do it more quickly, and I'll show you how. So here's what we want to show you. This is why you can bank on what this company is, and this is how I can show you. I hope I get it right now.
The right one.
The right one? Quiet, which one?
There you go.
Oops, sorry. So you can see I'm a klutz with this stuff. What did I do? Which one?
This one.
Which one? Esta la derecha? Oh, that's the one I touched. Okay. So we got to look at several factors. I'm not going to say anything while this is on. I just want you to look at it, and I'd like you to ask questions. If you have any questions, please take them down. I really want to have your input, because this is about your future should you consider it.
That's not good.
Okay.
I have it in Spanish. No,
The one you had was in English?
English,
Was it
yeah.
English? Well,
it's the
didn't
same
it
thing,
work?
you just translate it.
I'll translate it if you like. I'll do it in
Okay.
English.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. Well, it doesn't have sound, so okay. So I'll just do it this way. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. So in any business that you look at, you've got to look at where the tendency is. Where will it be in 5 years? Where will it be in 10 years? Where was it 5 years ago is important, but where's it going to be? So you have to look at the future, where it is. You've got to see if a company does not have technology, if it doesn't have innovation, and it doesn't have science, that's not something you want to look at. because the science, technology, innovation will give us products that will keep us ahead of the game. They'll keep us ahead of everybody else. That's important. You've got to look at the company. What sort of company is it? How long has it been there? How many scientists does it have? How many employees? How's it been? Then you look at the compensation plan. Many companies out there, many. But you've got to look at the compensation plan. How am I going to make money in that? How will I make the money? And then the moment. Is it the right moment for you to look at something different? I was mentioning a little earlier that people suffer from fear, which is false evidence appearing real, to look at something new, fear. And the other one is FOBO, fear of a better offer. So keep your minds open and let's see what happens here. So we've got to look at how is the market going, how is the tendency. So if we look at the market, we're looking at anti-aging. Would you agree that anti-aging is the buzzword?
Yeah.
It's the buzzword. Anti-aging. Everybody wants to have something to do with anti-aging. Health and
Wellness.
wellness. Look at all the places that there are, gyms and just look around at everything that came up in the last 10 years. All has to do with anti-aging, health and wellness. Sorry, over there. Technology, communication, and additional income. This additional income is something that when I was a kid nobody even thought about because we were all paid pretty well. But today, people are not paid so well. So people want to, and also we're tempted all the time by something better. Buy a new car, buy a better house, buy something, a new pool. We want to upgrade the cupboards, the house. So we're tempted all the time. So we have to look at additional income because it's just not enough. Okay, so for example, here's something, this is what I was talking about where I am obsolete. You know, if I'm now looking to go, it'll be my birthday soon, so I'm looking for some place to go and hire. I want to hire a little farm and ride horses and take my friends and all this kind of stuff. So one of the things, TripAdvisor or Travelocity. Who would have thought that Travelocity, with a name like Travelocity, would know where to find a finca in Armenia? That's technology. Facebook, I mentioned earlier. I have never been on Facebook until last week. Never. And for me it's like, I'm looking at all this stuff, my emails piling up with people I want to be in Facebook. It's like, whoa, what is this? Who is this guy? I didn't even know it. My wife said, it's okay, just put him in. Okay. Never done it. Uber. Think about that. Taxi. Did we ever think 10 years ago there'd be an alternative to get a taxi? That you could just pay with your credit card anywhere in the world? Almost. Airbnb. You don't have to go to a hotel. You can go there and stay for a week and it's bed and breakfast, but it's your own apartment. You can hire it and you can find it through something like TripAdvisor. You want to go to, I don't know, Moscow. Look at Moscow Airbnb and you can go and stay there for practically nothing. It's your apartment. So the future has to do with technology, opportunities, travel, the most important company of, well, we know what Facebook is. Facebook started with, I think, initially it was going to be like 8 people. And 6 of them didn't show up. I think that's the right figure. And then now it's over 1.5 billion or 2 billion people in the world are on Facebook. It's 2 billion and 1 with me. So, here's another important thing. When you look at a company and you look at a business, you've got to see what's behind it, who's behind it, what is there. Here we got 75 employed scientists that work for each one of us. And it costs us nothing. Zero. Costs nothing. I don't have to pay for it. And we also work with about 100 and some universities around the world, with some of the top scientists in those universities. And it costs nothing. Costs us nothing. That's huge. So we're looking at, what do we have here? We're looking at face, body, and health. This is just on one part of the company, part of what we have. And this is age-lock technology, which, as I mentioned, where is this thing? Age-lock technology, which I mentioned in 2003, we looked at the human genome, our scientists did, and we came up with age-lock, which resets genes to a youthful expression. This is science, technology, and innovation. So we've got that for the face, for the body, and for the health. Here we have a couple of examples. This guy's, look at his eyebrow here, and compare it to here. This over here, and under the eyes. I mean, this lady here, look, she's seen a ghost on this side. But you can see a difference. And this is a thing you can see almost in 10 minutes. And it's non-invasive. You don't need Botox, you don't need chemicals, you don't need syringes, you don't need knives. You don't need any of that. I was talking about weight. This guy wasn't very fat. He's not fat. But he was what we call skinny fat. He looked good. I think he looked great. But how much greater does he look here? And that's where we target the fat genes. That's what the difference is. The biophotonic scanner. This was the size of a ping pong table. And it was developed to measure the macular degeneration in the eyes by the University of Utah, funded by the National Institute of Health, and uses a technology that won the Nobel Prize for Science, called Raman spectroscopy. Do we have an argument in science with that? No. No. Go with your eyes closed. This is a tool for healthcare professionals, for doctors. Here was this little machine that I was just showing you here, which is state-of-the-art, has not yet come officially to America, will not come until February next year, officially. We will start having it this month. If you really gain certain position in the company, you'll be able to buy one. And this is something that has, imagine this, it's got 2,000 formulas. They've invested $35 million, and it's got 4 patents and 20 certificates. This is a personalized skincare. So it's like the printer of your computer. It's got the red ink and the blue ink and the pink, whatever, green ink. But this is for your own personal skin. Each one has got, they've got 3 of these that are for your personal needs. Think about that. Nobody has this. If we had thought about it 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, what can we invent about coffee? You would have said, that'd be ridiculous. Coffee is coffee. Everybody drinks coffee. What are you going to invent? Somebody invented the Keurig coffee machine, which is a little bigger than this, with pods. And it's got vanilla coffee and chocolate coffee and cardamom coffee and whatever. Personalized coffee. They sell $4 billion with a B dollars worth of coffee a year thanks to their little device. We're going to do the same. We copied that idea. So, there we have it. All these different personalized products. October launching officially. So, here's what's important. Our company has got a 5A1 rating on Dun & Bradstreet. 5A1. That's huge. Really, really important rating. Not everybody has that. We've twice won the Stevie Award for the most innovative company in the United States. The most innovative, twice. Once on the same platform as Apple. They got it for large cap companies, got it for medium cap. Forbes rated us as one of the 100 most trustworthy companies in the US. In fact, in 2012, we were rated number 5 of the 100 most trustworthy companies in the US. Can you imagine that? More trustworthy than Barclays Bank, than Bank of America, than Ford, than General Motors, than Toyota, than all of this stuff? 5. Our little company. And Motley Fool has called us the Apple of the anti-aging industry. So we're 30 years old, and in 2015 we had $2.2 billion of income. Here's the story for everybody, and I'd like you just to think about this, where you are, you personally, everybody in here. Where are you here? Are you 40? Are you 50? Are you 30? Here I am. Just here. So here's where our life is. But look what happens. Pretty sad. This is plan A, where everybody, most people are on plan A, where you study for 25 years, you get proficient in what you do, then you work for 45 years, in this case 40 years, now you got to work till you're 70, but anyway, 40 years, where you put into practice what you've learned. And then you've got the rest of your life, this little piece over here, to enjoy what you've done, what you've made. This is plan A. That's most people. And then, of course, the end. So, plan B is another option. You're still going to study your 25 years, can't do anything about that. Good to do. Then you're going to work for 5 years. But you're going to leverage your time. This is the big thing, leveraging your time. Because here on the first one, it's all about you. Just you. If you're a cook, a chef, if you're an accountant, if you're a doctor, doesn't matter. It's all about you. And then the second option, it's not all about you, because we've got a whole range of possibilities of leveraging our time intelligently. So work, whatever age you are, work 5 years. It took me 8 years. I started at 62, I'm now 70. After 6 years, I got to where I needed to be. Now it's just great. So, and then you've got the rest of your life to enjoy it. I wish I had known about this business when I was 20. As it is, I lived in 13 countries, but I worked. I would live now anywhere I want, but it's not quite the same thing when you're 70 as when you're 25. So this is where we are looking at. Here's something that is very important. I want to show you this. If you, who here thinks, how much time do we have? Good time? Just going to show you something really quickly. I'll tell you something, I'll tell you about it. Think about this. When you are 65, do you think you will have $600,000 saved in the bank?
No. Not for what we're doing.
Probably not. After you paid your house, car, your alimony in my case. When you paid different things, school kids, university, 600,000 is a lot of money. Guess what? $600,000 at 5%, which no bank will give you, is $30,000 a year. Divide by 12 is $2,500 a month. Now, plan A, go guys and save $600,000. Go and do that. And then make $2,500, which they won't give you, after you're 70. Or, this is a franchise business. A franchise business. You form your own franchise. When you are a franchise, you'll make $400 a month approximately. It's $5,000 a year. Nothing. When you have one other franchise, you get one other person to do the franchise, you'll make $800 a month. Hold on, wait a minute. $800? Oh, wait a minute. Plan A, $200,000 in the bank. $200,000 at 5% is $10,000 a year. Divide by 12, $800 a month. Oh, so save $200,000 and make $800 a month, or between now and July, August, get your franchise and get one other franchise. When you got 4 franchises, 4, it's $2,500 a month. Where did I hear that? Oh, 600,000, yeah. Yeah, okay, plan A, save $600,000. Or, between now and September, October, December, up to you. It's up to you how fast you want to make it. Have 4 franchises, and there's an additional $2,500 a month. Or, save $600,000. Take your choice. Take your choice. Is that difficult? Does it look like it's a difficult decision? Or is it just me? Because I'm thinking like a business person. I'm thinking like a business person. So when you've done 4 and you've learned how to do it, you just do another 4. 4 and you get 4 more. And now you're making $9,000 a month. Making $100,000 a year. And you know what? There are people today that are doing this in a year and a half to get to this income. 18 months. If you're slow, like I was, slow. Maybe take you 2 years, 3 years. But the big prize is to get to here, to have 12. To get here. Now, you're talking about $40,000 a month. To $45,000 to $50,000 a month. In fact, this is out of date, sorry. It's now, the average right now, I think, is around close to $615,000 average. Right there. How would you like to make $40,000 a month? $30,000? $25,000? Do I hear higher? Huh? This is real. It's not BS. This is a publicly traded company. Everything I'm telling you, Google it. Don't believe me? Check it out. Check it out. Look at this. So, that's the big prize. Now, one of the things that we have are a lot of prizes. And I used to think, so what? Prizes, come on, man. Who wants to go to, you know, you can afford to do anything you want. But it's not about that. It's about visualizing something that you can obtain. I was talking about the wall of blank, nothing there. But you can visualize. Last year they had a trip to Alaska. They had a trip to Hawaii. But it's not about going on the trip, all expenses paid. It's about taking your team. That's what's so cool. Cost you nothing. Cost you zero. I went to the Montage Resort in Deer Valley on one of the trips that I went on. The room where we stayed, my wife and I stayed, was $2,100 a night. And we stayed 5 nights. All expenses paid. I had never been on a snowmobile. I'm from Africa. Snow, are you serious? What a phenomenal thing. I was like a kid in Disney, man. Oh, you know, roller skate. On a snowmobile. All expenses paid. Massage, ride horses, air ballooning, zip lining, whatever the hell you want. It's all paid. Every year they have 2 trips. The next one is to Panama. Now think about this. We're sitting here in America and we're thinking, Panama? Come on, man. Let's go to Panama. Now think of this. Who would you like to help in Venezuela, in Colombia, in Mexico, or in I don't know, any place you want? Who would you like to help to actually go to Panama, all expenses paid? Think about somebody living in some little village in Colombia, or in Mexico, or in Chile, or wherever you want. And actually you can help them have this trip to go to Panama, all expenses paid. It's just to visualize it. So these are figures that are published. The company has 1,200 plus franchisees who have earned $1 million or more in their lives up to 2016. Imagine this, 1,200 people, 1,200 franchisees. Not even ConocoPhillips or Shell Company or petroleum companies have that many people that have earned over $1 million in one company. It's huge. It's huge. So we're making a new millionaire every 3 days. So it's the window of opportunity. Here's one of them, right here, which is coming. Michael Cook, sitting at the back there, has never seen one of these things. He had never seen one. I had never seen one. And one of his contacts in Ireland bought one about 2 months ago. He doesn't even, I mean, did you know, what's his name in Ireland? What's his name?
Colin. I've never been to Ireland.
And you've never met him?
I met him in Naples.
Oh, you met him in Naples.
Yes, I met him in Naples.
But you've never been to Ireland.
No.
And he's one of your distributors in Ireland who
Yes.
bought one of these.
Correct.
Unlimited potential. So here's the question about lost opportunity. If you look at this graph, no matter where you start, you're going to have a certain amount of time that you're going to lose if you start in 5 years' time. It's not about, I make more money than the person who got me in the business. It's not about being first. That's complete fallacy. It's nonsense. It's BS. I make a hell of a lot more money than the person that got me in the business. You can make more money than anyway. It's up to you. Sorry. Oh, ¿qué pasó?
Go ahead.
Now it was English.
Oh, let's go. Let's do the whole presentation again.
You can finish your.
What happened?
There you go.
Here we go. So this is important. Thank you.
Go ahead.
So this is important, this little thing here. Because procrastination is a disease. We all suffer from procrastination. I'm a big one for that. My wife doesn't even come into my office. She says it makes her dizzy. It's a big mess. I should clean it. Yeah, I will. Yeah, when? Another year goes by. So procrastination is huge. So if you look at this, the sooner you start with this particular window of opportunity, and the window of opportunity is right now. I know they tell you that when they sell cars, it's the last car we've got on the block in the world, it's the only unique car we've got left, it's blue and whatever, and that's the one you need. No. This is real stuff. Here's a window, and we should put here a window of opportunity. But it's a huge window of opportunity. This personalized skincare, huge. Same as all our products. The weight management product, that's huge. The product for memory, energy, libido, huge product. Health, huge. So the more you wait, you're going to lose all of that time, all of this possibility. Now, it's not about because I'm first, I'm going to make more money. Not. You can make more money than the person that got you in. You can make more money than anybody right now that's been in it for 10 years. It's up to you. In fact, you probably can because of the social media. Here we've got a virtual online shop. 200 plus products. We spend $2 billion with a B dollars in research and development. You know, we spend $60 million a year in research and development. $60 million a year. I was looking at companies that sell whatever. They don't even sell 600 million a year, 60 million a year. We research, we spend 60 million in R&D. So we've got all kinds of franchised starter kits. I was telling you, if you start a business and you do a hair business, it may cost you $50,000. Start a catering business. Start a, I don't know, mechanic workshop. Whatever you want. Start a business. You're going to spend a bunch of money. McDonald's cost $1 million. So here you can actually start a business. Something for weight, something for your face, something for nutrition, something for an entire package for face, product experience with everything, and they've got something called buy 3 and you get 1 free. So each one of these is $1,000. 3 of these is $1,000. 3 of these, any 3, it's like $350 each, and you get a free one of whatever you want. For $1,000, you can start a business. Yes. Who has a business here? Anybody? Okay.
My husband.
Your husband?
Yeah.
What does he have?
He's GC, general contractor.
Contractor. How much did it cost him to start his business?
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Huh?
A lot of money, I know.
Yeah. Costs a lot of money to start a business. Do you have a business?
No.
No? Do you? What do you do?
Oh, I'm a supervisor for the post office.
For the post office. Okay. And what do you do?
I'm currently unemployed.
Unemployed. You're, the way we say it is between jobs.
Oh, yeah.
So here's something that you can think about that may help you. So, you know, so this is just one of the ways that you can think about this. There are other ways. The person who ever invited you will show you how you can actually start this, start the business without actually having to spend $1,000. You can do that. This is just an ideal way to start your own business, but there are other ways as well. So the first thing you got to think about is what's your vision, the confidence, and the stability for your future. That's what it is. That's all there is. Any questions?
Future looks bright.
Any questions? No questions? Okay. So who's going to come
I
and
have a
explain this?
question.
Yes, go.
Is the company considering, I mean, a lot of these things target everyone after, let's say, the age of 20, 25, when these things start to come up. Has the company thought of kind of helping prevent all these things from happening, like starting with kids?
Absolutely.
Like, there's a ton of multivitamins out there for kids, you know, those like Flintstones, all garbage stuff that just goes right through your system anyways.
And it's bad stuff.
That's yeah.
Dr. Zvirov
Yeah.
is an ophthalmologist. He's an erudite. Who knows what an erudite is? It's a very learned person, somebody who reads everything. I mean, like everything. So, pardon?
Erudito.
I believe
La palabra
that.
en inglés es como que dice.
Erudite. Okay, erudito. Okay. So, Dr. Zvi he does preventive medicine.
Yeah, you know
He's
where
from
we start?
Venezuela. Hold on. He's from Venezuela. And he's one of the most knowledgeable people on most things that have to do with preventive medicine. And that's his now specialty. He was an ophthalmologist, he retired, and he now dedicates his time to helping others understand the importance of preventive medicine. And that's something I've been doing for a number of years, preventive medicine. But now on kids, for example, the ingredients of kids' products, not kids' products.
You know when we start 6 months before you get pregnant. We accompany you through all your pregnancy. And we accompany you when you give milk to your new baby. Because we have product for all of this. You know when you have to begin to educate children? You know when? Not when they get born. At least 22 or 23 years before they get born, because if you don't educate the parents, who will educate the children? So children get educated not with mother milk, but with grandmother milk. So we have everything you need for children, for grown-ups, for young, for everybody. Everything is studied for the age and for the health state you are in. We are not telling people we'll cure your diseases, we'll prevent them. Because if you get sick today, your sickness didn't begin yesterday. It began 20 years ago. And if you had prevention, you won't be sick today. And there won't be a diagnosis, a pre-diagnosis of a sickness because you won't have it. You see? This is what we are doing. And I was a professor in the Central University in Caracas. And I had a war with the other professor for 4 things. Doctors get graduated. They know 0 about nutrition. They know 0 about psychology. They know 0 about natural pharmacy. And they know 0 about preventive medicine. And you know what is an expert? An expert is a doctor that every day knows more about less. And there comes a day that he knows everything about nothing. This is an expert doctor. So this is what we have to combat. As Lawrence said, who cures the curers? ¿Quién sana? Los sanadores.
Who heals the healers? That's
Yes.
my theme.
Okay.
The whole theme of it.
Nobody.
Okay?
Those kids.
This is what we are doing. Preventive medicine. Giving the body what it needs. Because people mix nutrition with eating. You can put here whatever you want. Nutrition means giving every cell of your body what it needs without extra or without less. Exactly what it needs. This is what nutrition means. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay? You're welcome.
Actually, there's Mike, I don't know if you have it, the contents of Jungle Malls.
Yes.
David Phelps said that wrong. Some of it is carcinogenic. And we compared, not Jungle Mall, sorry, the one you mentioned,
Flintstone.
Flintstones. Some of the Flintstone stuff is carcinogenic.
Yes.
And when they compare it with our Jungle Malls, I mean, it's just absolutely no comparison.
No, there's
whatsoever.
not.
Zero,
No,
nothing. I mean,
no,
it's,
no.
and Flintstones, because of advertising, sells the hell out of the products.
Poison.
They're bad.
It's
It's a
poison.
bad product.
It's toxic. Yeah.
Toxic full of sugar.
Yeah,
And
Centrum's another one.
No product you can buy, I don't want to say names, has the scientific what we have. No. I won't say name, but you know what I mean. We are natural. Most of the vitamins and minerals you get are produced in a factory, not extracted from natural sources, which is a very big difference.
In fact, we have somebody, among the 80 people we have, among the 80 scientists we have, is Dr. Cox, C-O-X. Has anybody seen the movie The Medicine Man?
The medicine man?
Medicine Man.
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 Man, el hombre de medicina.
Sean Connery, right?
Sean Connery. So that movie was made around the studies of which Dr. Cox did. And he's one of the people that actually helped us with producing our line of essential oils. We've got an incredible selection of essential oils. And Dr. Cox spent many of his years in the forest trying to understand the origin of the nutrition, the contents of plants, phytonutrients of the plants, to see how they could be either absorbed or topically applied. So, for example, there's one product called Dancer's Ice Dancer.
Ice Dancer.
Ice Dancer. Now that came when he was watching the Indians after they had their ritual with a fire and stuff, and he produced this formula for what is now called an ice dancer. And you put that when you're tired and when you've had like nurses or people who've been on their feet all day. Got products for all kinds of things. That's what makes it so exciting. We've got so many things, so many products, and they're absolutely phenomenal.
And no bad side effects.
Oh, huge. Thank you for that. You know what? I've started writing down, because on my, now that I'm now part of the modern society on Facebook, and I've been on LinkedIn for a while, but imagine I'm even on Facebook just last week. I'm going to start writing a blog. But what I'm doing is, for example, I started listening to some of these ads on TV. So I try to listen to the news. And I've written down some of the chemicals, some of the pharmaceutical products. If you've got allergy, use whatever the product. And the side effects, oh my God, are you serious? And somebody who's not smoking something will take that? And what's worse, a doctor who has signed the Hippocratic Oath, and the first thing on the Hippocratic Oath says, "Thou shalt do no harm," is recommending a product that is possibly going to harm you.
Number three cause of death. Medicine.
Yep.
The only side effect pharmacy doesn't have is cure you. Okay, make you healthier. You go to a doctor, you are diabetic, you are hypertensive. Can you get out cured? No. No, you go out with such a pack of poisons, you don't live anymore, and you begin to survive. We want people to live, not to survive.
80% of our healthcare budget, approximately, goes towards trying to fix the 60 or so % of non-communicable diseases that are preventable. Hypertension, diabetes type 2, cardiovascular disease.
Type
a lot
1.
of
Type 1.
Type 1 you're
Type
born
1?
with, yeah, no, but that's a little bit more difficult than what we definitely.
No, you're not born with it. You get it with milk.
I understand
With
that.
cow milk.
This is a scientific thing we can talk about. But diabetes 2 develops later on, or can develop later on, and that's through pathetic habits of food. So when we start looking at diabetes type 2 and diabetes type 1, if you really want to get into the microscopic side of it, which is a scientific thing, but a lot of cancers, coronary disease, and it's preventable stuff. Just learn to eat. Forks Over Knives. Who's ever read that book? Anybody? You know what? We're going to have to. Rosie, why don't we do this? Why don't we start having some
Book of the month or something?
no, not only that. Let's have training, whoever wants to, on things that are really important. For example, I often ask somebody, it's one of my pet things. I say to someone, you know, if I say to, where are we, the States? Okay, so if I say to someone who is, I don't know, Angelina Jolie's kids, does Angelina Jolie, does she have kids?
Yes.
Yes?
Adopted.
Adopted.
She has one.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Okay.
The
And
point
it's not
is,
that important. This is the point.
the point is,
Everyone knows that it's not important.
Hold on.
It's cheesy.
That's the point. But hold on. Does anybody know Angela Jolie's name
Husband.
of her kids? Or her husband?
Her husband is handsome.
Who's her husband?
He's a handsome boy.
Brad Pitt. Okay.
It's actual husband.
Now, I'll ask you, you know that Brad Pitt, you know Angelina Jolie, you know probably other lot of interesting stuff. Where's your liver?
He's there.
somewhere.
Where? On your which side? On which side now?
On the right side.
I thought it was right here.
It's on
Right side.
Here on the right
right
side.
side.
No idea.
Now,
He's
guess
there.
what? Guess what? You're carrying, how old are you?
37.
30-something. You're carrying this thing around with you, don't know where it is. Do you know what it does? Even less. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We fill our brains with trivial nonsense. Has nothing positive to bring to who we are, what we are, where we are, or anything else that's relevant. It's all nonsense. It's no use. I'm 70. I've seen people that are in their 60s that are kind of like, you know, atrophied everywhere. Seriously? No, you want to get to 80, 85. My dad was 97. And when he used to go to the market to buy vegetables, he used to get, bless you. He used to go buy vegetables, and I was embarrassed because he would look at the vegetables, you know, in Italy, and I said, Dad, what are you doing? He said, I'm looking to see if it's got worm damage. And I said, oh, gee, Dad. He said, don't be an idiot. If it's got worm damage, it has not been fumigated. Oh, hello? We want something beautiful. And it's full of pesticides and herbicides. So no wonder the nutritional value is down the tubes. But the old guys knew. I'm now one of them. So why don't we start thinking about having a taller or something that
A workshop.
just a workshop.
A workshop.
Let's try and do some workshops on personal growth, on health, on stuff that's relevant. Up to you. Here we are, we're offering.
I'll give you an example. How do we treat cancer today? You know how? With chemotherapy and radiotherapy. We know that cancer is caused by free radicals. And we know that chemotherapy and radiotherapy are the best producers of free radicals. So we try to extinguish fire with gasoline.
Yes.
See, right? That's it. That's it. What we do. What doctors do. We do another thing. Completely the opposite.
I'm actually a cancer patient, and I go through radiation every day, Monday through Friday. And it feels like I'm in a microwave. And when I ask the doctors about holistic remedies, they tell me they don't know anything.
That's exactly the point.
I'll tell you something. The doctor will tell you, don't take antioxidants.
That's what they told me.
Okay. You know why? Because they don't know what antioxidants are doing in your body. They think that the antioxidant will feed your cancer cells.
Yeah, that's what they told me.
It's the contrary. It's exactly the contrary.
They told me to stop taking the G3 because they were afraid that it was going to protect, and the Rishimax, because they were afraid that it was going to protect the cancer cells during radiation.
You know what is the most modern way of treatment of cancer now? We discovered it in Unicity 35 years ago. Personal therapy. They take your genome, and they make a special thing like age of meat.
Personalized.
It has to be cancer meat. Personal for you. It's not good for him, it's not good for her, it's only for you. This is the most advanced therapy now in cancer treatment.
But it's not here.
It's here, but it's experimental. You have to go in a group of experimental medicine. You see, and they don't. I'll tell you something else. When I was 5 years of age, or 6 years, I heard about a vaccine against tooth decay. Did you hear about it? No, because it's not good for the pharmaceutical industry. You see? You know the story about the Flexner Commission? Okay, the Flexner Commission was in 1910. The big owners of the pharmaceutical industry sent people to the schools of medicine to see what they teach them. And the schools that teach people about preventive medicine, about the fourth thing I told you before, didn't get any money anymore. Only treatment medicine, no preventive, nothing about nutrition, nothing. Ask your doctor about nutrition.
Exactly what I was going to say to you right now. You took it out of my mouth. I was going to say to you this. I was going to say the first thing that I would suggest to you, very humbly, is for you to educate yourself on the nutritional value of food. Your pharmacy is Whole Foods. That's one of the big pharmacies. All the vegetables, the fruit, organic, that doesn't have pesticides, herbicides, not genetically modified, excuse me, not hydroponically grown. But look at the nutritional content of the vegetables and fruit. You'll find incredible results from there that can actually help you with you helping your body help itself. That's huge. So, for example, there are many things. Do you drink milk?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't drink. Look, I'm an enemy of dairy products. I like yogurt. So I go to the Whole Food and I get very tasty yogurt made with almond milk, with soy milk. Ice cream with almond milk and soy milk. I don't eat nothing. The only mammal drinking milk and eating dairy products from animal milk is a human. No other animal drinks milk after leaving his mother. No one. Zero.
Gotcha.
See? That's
So
it.
anyway, what I'm saying is, try and, I think for everybody, it's important to understand what you eat. So there's a lot of literature there are a lot of movies. Who's ever seen Food Inc.? Good. There are a lot of movies, a lot of documentaries on things that have to do with our food.
Farming is another one.
Which one?
Farming, 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 I think, farming.
Farm. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So there are
right.
there's a lot of information. So I would suggest that everybody looks at, Googles stuff that has to do with your health, with your nutrition, more than everything. Because it's hugely to do with nutrition. Huge. Huge.
I told Rosie when I came in today that I have an application which is called E-something, and you can look up every E403 what it is, what it does, and how many dangerous it is. See? When you go to the supermarket, you have to read the ingredient list, and so the companies want to cheat you, so they put E103, E410. You don't know what it is, but you can have an application. I have it. I put E410. Tells me it's called lead. It does that, and this is the danger for your health. All of them, all the numbers.
What's it called?
I'll tell you. If you wait a moment, I'll tell you.
Absolutely, I'll wait as long as you want.
What is the name of the movie? You say Fork and
Forks over knives.
yeah. So that's
And
como un documental. It's not a movie.
Yeah,
It's a guy. He was heavy and.
who's ever heard of Jamie Oliver? No, we need to do a whole.
No, you have to write it down in the chart. Homework for this month.
Yes.
Homework.
Yes.
And see you Thursday, and we can discuss about the book, about that
Yes.
movie.
Look, I have it in Spanish. In Spanish, it's called aditivo alimentario.
Maybe it's going to be
Elementary additives.
Additives. I don't know if it exists.
Nutritional additives. Nutritional additives.
I'll give you an example.
Nutritional additives.
Curcumin, E100 curcumin, inoffensive. E102, tetracina, very dangerous.
But that's an application.
And we go on and on.
It's an application like in the App Store?
Es un app.
It's an app?
¿Cómo se llama?
Aditivo alimentario, tú tienes la E, tú pones el número que está en el producto y te sale exactamente qué es, qué hace y por qué no debes consumirlo. Todo, todo.
But it's e-food
It's in
additive.
Spanish. I have it in Spanish. I don't
Is this
have it.
e-food
I don't know
additive?
if it exists in English.
What's the...
Food additives, that's it.
What is the name?
It's e-food additive. Let me see the logo.
Yeah, this is,
It's a big,
It's
it's
a
an
big-
additive, it's a big
It's a big E
That's
with
it.
a red background.
En rojo,
I
en
think this is
español,
probably
y
the
en
English
español.
version.
En English.
But it's food additives?
Any food. I mean, even though it's in Spanish, then you can
You
search
can
the one
see,
and...
you can look.
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
These are baked turkey empanadas from Angelique.
You have here.
Okay.
E, and you put the number.
Angeline?
And search the number, whatever you want, and you can see the name. If it's dangerous, look here. Caramelo causa. You see? Very dangerous. Color. Natural or artificial, and what it does. Yo lo tengo en español solamente, sí.
Pero creo que la señora
Es que la mayoría de las aplicaciones mías son en español porque lo uso en español porque yo no, la mayoría hoy es la primera vez que lo hago.
Pero puedes decir, I have it, and it's just que sale inglés.